Hi boys and girls, welcome back to History Lane. Here we meet some of our history's heroes through using our creative hands. Today we meet Yaakov Avinu, Jacob our father, the third and last of our Avos, our patriarchs. When running away to Charan, he stopped overnight for a rest where he had a dream of a ladder with angels going up and down. Before laying down, he placed 12 stones around his head for protection. Today we are making spray paint art that portrays this story. Here are the supplies we will need: a canvas, the template printed on cardstock, parchment paper, 3 small spray bottles, a measuring beaker or tablespoon, water, green, blue, navy and orange paint, a thin paintbrush, scissors, double-sided tape, and 5 small rocks. Let's begin. Measure a tablespoon of water into each spray bottle. Alright, let's see what you already know about Yaakov. For starters, he lived from 2108 to 2255 or 1653 to 1506 BCE on the secular calendar. If you do the math, that's a total of 147 years. Add 2 large squeezes of paint to each bottle, orange to the first and blue and green to the other 2. Shake each bottle to incorporate the paint into the water. Due to Eisav's anger over losing the birthright, Yaakov had to run away. He left for Charan, and before laying down to sleep, he placed stones around his head as we mentioned. Next, spray the top right and bottom left areas of the canvas with a light layer of orange paint. Allow the canvas to dry fully. Next, cut out the ladder and the silhouette of Yaakov from the template. If the stones were meant just for physical protection, Yaakov should have surrounded his entire body with them. Instead, he chose to surround only his head because this reflected the spiritual protection that his head, his mind, would need during the upcoming times in Lavan's house. The stones represented his resolve to protect his head from any disturbances. He would immerse his mind solely in matters of Torah and mitzvos, while putting only his hands, his physical labor, into his work. Next, use double-sided tape to stick the ladder and Yaakov's silhouette onto the canvas. Like Yaakov, we can protect our heads, our minds, by being careful about the influences we allow in. Whatever we watch and listen to affects how we think and view life. Therefore, it's important to be intentional about absorbing material that reflects Torah values. What is an example of something positive that you can choose to fill your mind with? Place the ladder extending upwards towards the top and Yaakov horizontally across the bottom. Next, place the rocks around Yaakov's head. Spray the top area of the canvas with blue paint to represent the sky and the bottom area with green paint to represent the ground. Here's a little more we can learn about Yaakov. He was called Yoshev Ohalim, sitter of the tent, because he spent a lot of time studying Torah. After running away from Eisav, he spent 14 years studying in the yeshiva of Shem and Aver. During his time in Lavan's house, he married and fathered the 12 Shvatim as well as Dinah, who all continued his legacy. Carefully lift the rocks and the cutouts. You will see that the space where they were lying now appears to be a pale shade of orange. You can use the edge of a tissue to fix up any areas where the paint bled. Use dark paint, in our case we used navy, and a thin paintbrush to paint 2 closed eyes and a beard on Yaakov's face. You can paint a small outline of his head covering as well. Later in life, Yaakov was given the name Yisrael, Israel. He was the only one of the Avos who was exclusively the father of the Jewish people, which is why the Jewish people are often called Bnei Yisrael, the children of Israel. Allow the canvas to dry completely, and ta-da! It's finished! If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We hope to see you back again next week.